ReZero, the king of isekai, is back with a massive season. Holy fucking shit. It's been so long since ReZero was actually airing. I think it feels like a lifetime, really. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the first episode, the first reaction episode of a series that I do hope I will be doing on a weekly basis and enjoying a lot out of. ReZero Season 3, Episode 1, and it is a banger. It's like 90 minutes. I can't imagine what kind of content is in there for us to it. Like, it's a triple episode feature. That is insane. And apparently it's going to be like 38 episodes. Like 38 episodes for the third season. All right. First things first, hi, my name is Terminus. You might know me from this reaction to the trailer of ReZero Season 3 that I did quite a while ago, I think in the beginning of this year. And you might know me from one of my other reaction series like Monogatari, specifically Monogatari, or maybe my earlier like Frieren and Made in Abyss reactions, maybe my Bocce reactions. We're gonna get into a couple of specifics regarding what I know and how we're approaching this reaction series. So bear with me. We're gonna go into the episode very soon. Don't worry about it. But I want to just make things clear so you do know what to expect. First of all, I am a light novel reader. I have read arc 5 and 6, which is the arc, the two arcs that are going to be in episode 3. So I do know roughly what is happening. That being said, there will be no spoilers in this reaction video. Don't worry about it. We might be pointing out occasional things of like, oh, this is very interesting to note, or this is an interesting detail, and that might give you a hint as to what is about to come, like foreshadowing wise, or stuff that is going on in the background. For example, theories that light novel readers have been building during reading arc 5 and 6, which is what Season 3 is going to be covering. But we are not explicitly going to mention any plot points that are coming up, anything that's going to be in the future episodes. We are not going to mention that at all. So if you consider vague, like, oh, this is interesting to pay attention to, right? Me directing your attention to specific aspects of the show, if you do consider that a spoiler, then you should probably not watch my reaction. But other than that, you can feel pretty safe that I will avoid any spoilers that are coming up. We will actually use these spoilers, the knowledge that I have from the light novel, from reading the light novel. Specifically, I read this last year, so it's been like, I don't know, 7-8 months since I've last read ReZero. We will be using that for a separate video, which is going to be a discussion video where I put in the title like Light Novel Reader Analyzes ReZero Episode 1, for example, and then we're going to go into greater detail about that. But here in the main reaction videos, you can expect me to always take into consideration that people are anime only, and we're not going to mention like, oh, this is going to come up, this is going to come up. No, we're just going to look at the art, we're going to look at the animation, we're going to look at the character moments and all of that stuff, and we're just going to analyze it from the perspective of both like a person who likes anime and animation in general, and a person who has a little bit of a fable for like directing and filmmaking and stuff like that, likes the more versed stuff like Monogatari, for example, which uses a lot of like visual metaphors and just quick wit and whatnot and jokes and stuff. And we're just gonna look into what this anime is, right? I might be mentioning how well I think the animation is, how well they adapted it in comparison to what I had, like my personal experience with the light novel and all of that. But again, no spoilers, don't worry about it. All right, like I said, I've read up to and including arc 6, which means at the end of arc 6, beginning of arc 7 is where my knowledge ends. Arc 6 is supposed to be adapted in full in Season 3 as far as I know, so we will be at the same place once this big arc ends, and I'm probably not gonna have the time to read arc 7 in the meantime, so there's not any additional information coming in. Also, it's been a while since ReZero aired. I don't even know when Season 2 of ReZero aired. I think it was around 2019, 2020, if I remember correctly, so it's been like 5 years or something like that. And season 1 of ReZero has been 2016. That, like, holy shit, that is 2016 was right after when, like, I finished school, so that is a long fucking time. The series has been with me for a long time, and I personally consider it one of the peak isekais, not because, like, Subaru dies over and over again, spoilers. No, not because of the pain and suffering or the shock effect or like some of the insane moments. Those are great as well, right? And I absolutely think they're fascinating on so many levels. But I do feel like what pulled me the most to ReZero was, first of all, the lore, right? The underlying mystery and lore that we do not only have snippets of, right? With the witches and all of the, like, the sins that we're looking at, and how that the things that happened 400 years ago that we have no fucking idea about, right? The weird relationship with Satella and how we kind of trying to make a sense of that, right? Who is Emilia in relation to Satella, right? Who were her parents? What is Satella's intentions, right? Why did she become the way she is, right? And, like, obviously there's a couple of little pieces of knowledge that I have from the light novel that were not featured in season 2 in the anime. Do let me know if you want me to actually bring those in, because those are things that were, like, were not mentioned in the entirety of season 2 in the anime, and I can hardly imagine them being mentioned within this arc or the next arc. So do let me know if you want that. If not, we're just gonna talk about that in that separate discussion video where we do, like, the specific in-depth light novel spoiler discussion. So here's how the reactions are gonna go for the series. I'm trying to do this more or less full length, right? But the absolute definite full length is gonna be on my Patreon. It's gonna be for my $1 patron tier. So if you want to support me, if you like my content, and if you do feel like you wanna have a little bit more of a comfortable experience and less trouble syncing up the entire episode and whatnot, then do feel free to subscribe there so you can get the benefits. There's also, at this point, I think, the option to buy certain series. So I'm probably, after 1 or 2 episodes, I'm going to establish that for ReZero. So you could purchase that for, like, a lump sum price. And then for the entire length of ReZero, you're going to have all the ReZero available material for you, right? Early access, which is not going to be big early access. We're just going to have, like, maybe a day or two when I still have to design a thumbnail or something like that, or for some other reason I can't release it on public on YouTube. But that day afterwards, it's probably going to be on YouTube, and the benefit that you are purchasing with subscribing to that specific series is just going to be that you are getting the full length pips on the Patreon. The series in general, I'm trying to make more or less full length, so you can sync them up perfectly, right? At least up until the ED, right? It's possible that sometimes I'm just gonna cut out the ED if there's not a lot I have to say. Probably in the first or second episode, or whenever the ED is coming up. The first time I probably have a lot to say, so it's gonna stay in anyway, but I'm using various methods to kind of obscure the screen and kind of block it out, so you're not gonna see the full footage, obviously. Probably Kadokawa would not allow that anyway, right? And I do hope we don't have too much trouble with content ID and whatnot. If we have too much trouble, I'm gonna go through the extensive job of actually editing out the parts that are being detected and kind of lowering volume and doing other things and whatnot in order to get them through. But in that case, obviously, it's not going to be full length. It's not going to be the entire length of everything. But I'm going to try and let it be full length like I do with the Monogatari reactions. So you see, like, there's 2 modes of reactions that I do. One would be, for example, Frieren, Maiden Abyss, and Bocce. You can look to those. Those are my edited reactions, right? Jujutsu Kaisen 2. Jujutsu Kaisen has a lot of content ID stuff, so there's a lot of cuts in there as well, right? These take a lot of more work, I do feel, on most occasions. But yeah, this is one style, and the second style that I do have is what you could expect from Monster, for example, which is for older series that don't get picked up all that much, or the in-between thing, which we have for Monogatari and Technolize, where I do have the full thing running with a timer up above, right? And most of the time I'm saying, okay, timer is gonna be the first frame of this or that. I'm gonna write it on the screen, or I'm gonna say it myself, right? If I've decided it upon the minute of recording. And you can just sync your stuff up, and I do recommend, since I do have the sound on during the reaction, I'm kind of like putting it in a way that it's okay with YouTube standards, and also it is kind of not too loud so that it's not overpowering my own commentary and voice. So I do recommend that, especially for this first episode, and if the sound is generally okay and I don't have to lower it too much, also for the following episodes, to just sync your stuff up and then mute the volume on your own episode and then watch along, right? And I do promise that maybe we're gonna do one pause or two pauses in this specific episode, because it's a 90-minute episode, so it's possible that I do have to interrupt. But in that case, I do promise you that I'll give you a heads up in terms of like a text on screen, and I'm also gonna try my utmost to actually sync it up perfectly and look at the time code and be like, okay, I'm gonna it's the first frame of this shot on time code such and such, right? So you can sync it up perfectly and you don't have too much trouble to actually get it back into line. But if everything goes well, we only interrupt one time or 0 times, and right, because this is a long episode and I don't know if I can hold it through, right? This is like almost movie length. I'm super happy about that, because I was kind of worried about Arc 5 is... I'm not going to say anything about Arc 5, but I was kind of worried that with Arc 6, which is a very, very, very long arc, I was worried that 30 episodes or something that were projected in the beginning weren't enough to actually cover everything, all of the material, and there would be too much cut content. But surprise, surprise, it's actually 38, like almost 40 episodes, and technically it's 41 episodes because we have 3 episodes in one in this first episode. So what do I expect? I do expect to, in this first episode, to have kind of an orientation back, right? It's kind of easing us back into this world, because they have to do that. It's been a long time. A lot of people might have not rewatched it immediately before starting this season 3. So we do need kind of a calm introduction of where are we right now? What are our goals, right? Where are we going? What's the thing that's happening right now? And then I do assume that we're probably gonna make our way into the scenario, right? What's happening? What is maybe the major conflict of this arc, or maybe there is conflicts being sprayed in, right? And like the major conflict's gonna reveal itself later on. We don't know that, right? So whatever it is, it's probably gonna be established in this first episode. And yeah, I do expect that. Probably gonna end on a cliffhanger where it's gonna be like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? We had that in season 2 when we started out with like the REM stuff, right? And we saw what happened to her, and we saw the direct response to Subaru, and then we ended on him being like, I swear I'm gonna find a way to save you. By the way, REM's still fucking lying in the corner somewhere. I mean, to be fair, last season was probably, for me personally, it was the best season, because it was such an intricate part of our character's development, right? Of just us finding a way to isolate ourselves from all of the other circumstances going on in the kingdom, and actually focusing on our own camp, right? The Emilia camp, the Subaru camp, of what's happening right there. And we developed Emilia as a character, which was something that, in my opinion, season 1 missed to do, right? Obviously, you could say, yes, they saved it up for season 2, but like this, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why people didn't immediately connect to Emilia, because before Frozen Bonds, there wasn't all that much that we could actually identify with her, right? That we could put into her, other than a pretty face and a like nice personality. But she started to become like structured, right? She started to gain depth as we went into season 2 in Frozen Bonds already, but there was still a lot of mystery going on, and us being like, what actually happened, right? We saw her general conundrum, but it was very one tone and focused on the prejudice that was being put towards her and why, right, and how that manifested in the world, and her face where she just still remembered, right, where she was with Puck already, and what happened there before she met Roswell, before she went into the royal selection and all of that. But as we went into season 2, core 2 especially, we went into the specific details of what is at the core aspect of what's worrying her, what is her core motivations, right? And we kind of go back to the Frozen Bond stuff where it's like, yes, Emilia is a kind of person who is very naive, right? Very new to life, hasn't had as many social contacts, which kind of a parallel to Subaru, but Subaru in another way, right? She kind of is a person that has experienced a lot of tragedy, be that by other people putting expectations, negative and positive, onto them that she didn't ask for, right? That she wasn't able to even subscribe some root cause of her own behavior that she could change to, right? That is one of the worst traumas that you can imagine, right? If somebody tells you you are bad because of the way you are, right? And you're like, what can I do to change that? And they say you were born this way and you're bad, and that's how it is, right? That is the core of discrimination, and it's terrible because you can't change anything about it, right? At least if you're a person who is kind of an asshole, right? Selfish, whatever, and people tell you that, you can be like, okay, maybe I need to go into myself, right? I need to change some core fundamental beliefs that I have, some behaviors that I have. But if somebody's like, you look funny, I don't like you, right? What do you do, right? What do you do when the whole world tells you you shouldn't have been born? That is like extremely nasty. And then we go into like the season 2 stuff where we go actually into possible mysteries and connections that Emilia's have. Betelgeuse, Regulus, Pandora, right? Who is like the main core mystery of this entire show, where I'm like, okay, by the way, disclaimer, I am not talking from light novel knowledge. I'm just talking from like knowledge of the anime itself, because that is a theory I personally developed when I first saw Pandora and whatnot. And I'm not going to confirm or deny in which way this theory has been strengthened or reduced in terms of like how strongly I believe in it. But I think that one of the core things you can glean from what season 2 is doing with Pandora is just she's this element that nobody really knows about, especially also because of her power, right? She would have the ability to let everybody just forget she existed, right? And change the nature of her existence itself. And there's this thing that is even an addendum to the sins themselves, right? Because we play with the ideas of the deadly sins that were kind of confined into the 7 deadly sins at some point in time, but before that used to be like 9 deadly sins. And because some of the sins kind of overlapped a lot, the church basically, right, Christianity, they basically just merged some of the sins into one another. But now we extend that back and we're like, okay, haha, there was actually individuals, right? We have these representations of the sins. We have individuals within our power structure of the villains that exist that none of us actually really knew about. And the only one who knew about, right, have giant gaps in her memory, like Emilia, for example, or were frozen to absolute stagnation with like the elves of the Elia Forest. So we do have this element of she could be the root cause of everything, even like the Satella thing and whatever is happening there, because there's like a lot of mystery of how much power does she have over everything happening. And she's involved heavily in the witch cult, so she is involved in a cult that is worshipping Satella, right? But she herself seemingly, we don't know, but seemingly does not worship Satella, right? So there is this weird thing of like, she could be manipulating events in a way that she gets what she wants, while at the same time blaming or partially blaming somebody else, in this case Satella, to actually be the bad guy, and she is the secret bad guy. So my theory at the point of season 2 was Pandora might be the final bad guy of the entire show, right? But yeah, where are we at? We are like, Subaru is a knight now, right? Subaru had a lot of development, processed a lot of stuff of his previous life, and has gotten new conviction. He has learned that If you read the Greed, you'll know a little bit more about that. But even from the season 2 alone, you will probably get the idea of him not taking Echidna's deal was a good thing, because he realized that his death is not the only means he can actually contribute to the well-being of the people he holds dear. That he shouldn't throw his life away just like that, and he should use Return by Death only if he actually has to, right? And as a failsafe in case he gets surprised by something that he couldn't see coming, right? He shouldn't just throw every life away, because it could possibly even be a reality. But even if it isn't, his life and his sanity is worth more to those people that he holds dear, because at this point they hold him dear as well, and they want him to be included in that happiness. Because what does it matter if you save everybody, right? And at the end of the day, right, they get to where they want, they reach their goals and whatnot, and you are a absolutely sobbing, slobbering mess down there in the corner, maybe turning into the villain yourself, right? That's not what you want. So in the end, what you want is, you want to keep your sanity, you want to value yourself more. That is an important message that came through an episode like in season 2. Value yourself, right? Don't just reduce yourself to the things you do for other people. That is a big issue in psychological terms as well, right? There's a whole school of therapy. You can look up Carl Rogers, for example, who focuses on the fact that a therapist, as one of the core values, have to accept the person opposite of them regardless of their actions, right? Accept them as an individual and be like, you are right the way you are, while still being able to criticize the behavior that they show, but separating the two of them. And reducing everything onto like the behavior, that the value you can provide for somebody else, is not great at all. I mean, in season 1, we learned to use our value, right? That if we are in a negotiation, like Arc 3, for example, the whale, Betelgeuse, that when we are in a negotiation, we need to provide value in order to give the other party something that they can work with, right? Where they're like, okay, you give me this, I give you that, because we are on neutral terms and there's no relationship built yet. And by providing value and making that trade, right, striking a deal, maybe in the process of doing these things for one another, you can form a relationship, and then it actually works. But that isn't the way it should work between people who really like each other or love each other. Because when it comes to love, when it comes to an emotional connection, when it comes to people you hold dear, the premise should be they are okay the way they are. Even if I criticize their behavior, I don't transfer what I think about their behavior in single situations onto what I value them as, right? Because I do see them for more than what they represent to the outsides. Obviously, the saying actions speak louder than words is often very, very true, right? Because you want to put out what you can talk a lot about certain things, but you want to also follow that up with actions. But that is more of a mantra for yourself rather than a mantra for judging people based on what they are doing. You should be judging what they are doing and also what their intention is with it. Because then you understand people better. You get more of a connection to them. And also they feel safe enough to actually be themselves around you. And if then they recognize that there is certain parts of their behavior that is part of themselves, but that they can have the willingness to change, if they realize that and if they make an effort to actually change these behaviors, then that change in behavior is also part of themselves, right? It comes from like a metaphysical realm that is above that. But yeah, that is a very interesting tangent I went into here. I don't want to hold you too long, right? It's been like 25 minutes. I'm probably boring some of you to death. But the thing is, we have a 90-minute episode ahead of us. I'm probably going to make a quick cut here and then we're going to go into the episode. Again, I'm going to tell you, frame whatever, right? What you are supposed to sync up, and then we're going to sync up and we're going to go in and we're going to watch the episode, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Maybe even make a stream out of it. I thought possibly, I'm not sure yet, but possibly we could do the immediate post discussion, the non-spoiler discussion just in a stream, but we'll see. We'll see, right? All right. Last minute things. When can you expect the video? You can expect a video each week. I'm trying to get the reaction to the episode out before the next episode drops. Right? That's where you can expect. So at the latest, probably the day the episode, like the day the next episode drops, I'm gonna drop the ReZero reaction. It's possible that late October, I've got an exam, so it's possible that I miss a week here and there. Maybe I'll do a double reaction as a result of that. But other than that, I do hope that I can stay on this weekly. Right, ReZero, Season 3, Episode 1. Let's get this party started. The frame we're looking at is the frame that is 0, 0, like one frame into the recording, right? Not even 1 second, but 1 frame into the recording is gonna be the frame when Subaru's foot, his complete foot hits the ground, all right? It's like 8 seconds in. I looked it up. Right, ReZero Season 3 Episode 1. The full 90 minutes starts in a 3, a 2, a 1. And we start on a blue sky with a training course. Yeah. My guy is on that training shit, holy fuck. And the whip. Nice. Actually, nice hits. Goofy frame, but yeah. Hell yeah. What's the clear time though? We are drinking Coke vanilla. Ooh, I know this OST. It's been a whole year. I'm surprised because I didn't remember that. Ooh, I like that frame. I like that we're still dunking on Subaru though. I mean, that is impressive, not gonna lie. Petra? He triggered the flag. Oh, it's you. Yes. I mean, they shouldn't worry. At this point, they're friends, right? Kind of. I mean, they still gotta keep up the appearances. Oh, alright, Rom. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say this. Literally knew you were gonna say that. Says the one who just did that. My opinion rules. Oh, Rom, never change. Never change. Garfield looks more grown up, not gonna lie. Like he looks. It isn't Julius, but.
そうよ。お待たせしてごめんなさい。私の騎士様、夏木すばるです。
私の騎士様。どうかなさいました。
It's all good. He's just got his head in the clouds.
大変失礼しました。ご紹介に預かりました。エミリア様の騎士、夏木すばるです。ご丁寧にありがとうございます。自分はアナスタシア方針様の使者として参りました。
僕の。
吉はユークリウスと申します。
Oh, 僕は probably.
あ、スバルも驚いたみたいね。そうなの。
I mean the visuals.
ユリウスの弟さんなんですって。
The visuals are pretty clear.
夏木殿ですよね。兄から聞いています。その数々の噂も金がね。なるほど、ユリウスの弟か。言われてみれば嫌味じゃなく鋭い目つきとか、皮肉じゃなく優雅な口元とか、悪魔麗しい髪の色とか同じだよな。
ちょくちょく無理が見えるんで余計な口は閉じてくれませんかね。
さて、
It's fine.
待たせて悪かったなってことで話の続きを。
He just loves you, Julius. That's how it is.
ベティがどうかしたかしら。あれはベアコ。お兄さんとお姉さんの子供。
そうそう。これは俺とエミリアタンの可愛いベイビー。
He's gonna get. Yeah.
ヨシアが驚いてるじゃない。私スバルとチューはしたけど、チューじゃ赤ちゃんはできないんでしょ。
Too much information.
ごめんエミリアタン。なんかものすごい赤裸々な勢いで暴露されそうで恥ずかしいからやめて。俺が悪かった。
I mean, honestly, honesty is one of her best virtues.
こちらのベアトリス嬢の立場は、ベアトリスは俺と契約した可愛い大精霊。大精霊。よーお客人、うちの大将が精霊連れてっとなんか問題あんのかや。
Shut up, Garfield. Go eat your lasagna.
夏木殿が本当に精霊騎士であるとはご存知かと思いますが、兄も精霊騎士。
Drawing the comparison.
随一の精霊騎士ですので。ああ、もちろん知ってる。あいつには世話になったから。
Very nice, Subaru.
助けられたの認めたくないんですかね。
ベティとスバル以外にも精霊使いの騎士がいるのは知っているのよ。なかなか見どころのあるやつと聞いていたかしら。
無論です。兄様はす
ごい。Oh, he idolizes his brother, of course.
22歳にして王国騎士団の花形。この騎士団で実質的な2番手。今はお役目を離れていますが、アナスタシア様が即位された暁には団長の座は確実です。今代の牽制であるラインハルト様でも兄様の騎士としてのあり方にはかなわない。まさしく兄様は
In some ways, I guess.
ドン引きなのよ。ヨシアって本当にすごい。
Holy shit, bitches.
申し訳ありません。家族のこととなると自制が効かなくて。いいからとっとと本題に入れよ。バームベームは寝かせるほどうまいってのも限度がある。
バームベーム、ミミも大好き。おいしい。一緒に行く？じゃあ約束。
Her energy is something else.
それでは我が主であるアナスタシア方針様からのお言葉をエミリア様にお伝えします。
Official business.
アナスタシア様はエミリア様を水門都市プリステラへご招待したいとお考えです。
水門都市プリステ
For what purpose, though?
一体どのようなご用件なんでしょう。
パーティーのお誘いだそうです。アナスタシア様のご好意でエミリア様の探し物を見つけたとのことですよ。
Out of the goodness of her heart.
はい。プリステラの商人がエミリア様ご所望の魔晶石を所有しているそうです。魔晶石？はい。大精霊様を呼び戻す触媒を探しておられるのですよね。
Mm-hmm. Didn't know what she needed and was looking for without actually her herself really knowing it.
ガーフィール、すっかり気に入られたみたいですね。
別に嬉しかねえよ。
案外まんざらでもないんじゃないですか。
The shadow over the eye and part of the face. Really, really well done.
ぶっちゃけアナスタシアさんに
Subaru's case as well.
プリステラってどんな街なんだ？有名なところなの？
プリステラはルグニカの五大都市の一つで、カララギ都市国家との国境沿いにある。
Kararagi, which is like the eastern thing, right?
綺麗な街なんだって。
へえ、水上都市ってやつか。
Like a Venice. Alright.
ベネチアは知らないけど、プリステラは水上都市じゃなくて水門都市。
The Watergate city.
そう。湖の中にある。
Yeah, right, I remember.
街中水浸しになっちゃうの。だから街の周りを高い塀で覆って水の量を調整する水門をいくつも置いてるんだって。
いきなりイメージが水の都から水の監獄に変わっちゃうな。
That's really cool though, a city on a lake.
ただよくしてくれただけかもって信じちゃうのはダメ？
残念だけど、王選候補者はどいつもこいつも癖があるからね。
Yeah, maybe both, right? Maybe she has her reasons, but also wants to forge relationships. And she made her an offer she can't refuse. His face in the light, hers in the shadow, right? First of all, what have you been up to?
たとえ西方貴族を集めた会合で大変忙しい時期だとしてもね。
まったく旦那様は本当に反省の色が伺えない方ですわね。
おや、
You tell him, Frederica.
当然ですわ。
正直、エミリア様とスバル君だけを行かせるなら不安だけど、ガーフィールとオットー君が一緒なら大丈夫でしょ。
Right. The brains and the brawn. I mean, Garfield isn't dumb, right?
それはそれですごく問題になりそうだから、私も一生懸命頑張るわね。
心配ご無用だよ、エミリアだ。相手がアナスタシアさんだろうとユリウスだろうと、話し合いをケムに任せれば俺は一級品だ。
もうそれって自慢することじゃないと思うの。
Me neither, Subaru.
に残るのはラムということで構わないかな。
ええ、ロズワール様の心のままに。
話はまとまったようだ。それじゃあ4人のおもりはベアトリス、君に任せたよ。
お前に言われるまでもないかしら。
Adorable. Oh, do we have a talk?
これでもちゃんと皆さんのことを考えてるつもりなんですよ。
なんかいよいよお前も完全に内省官だな。
But Otto, you might have a problem. Not gonna lie.
落ち着けって夫はね。大将
あね。
あんましからかいすぎるもんじゃねえよ。前に一日10オットーまでって決めだったろうが。
一日10オットーってそれ何の単位なんですかね。
He's gonna tease you 10 times a day, maybe? I don't know. That was a very considerate pause there. The door is taller than him. Right, cool. No, come in, but the door is open. Oh yeah, okay, Rem. That's... I forgot that this is the Rem scene then. Still not very talkative. But sorry, this is how I cope, okay? The flowers in the back. Might be a problem, it might also be an opportunity, right? Oh, I do love how they do that. We're just cutting off the dialogue and we're zooming out the window and just showing that he's talking a bunch with her. Bro, it's just Naruto running next to the car. What the fuck, Garfield? What are you doing?
タシア方針が本命と対抗に見られていました。エミリア様も含めた他の3人は言葉を選ばずに言えば
Yeah, we're not all the way up on standing.
それは否定できないと思う。
ですが少なくともこの1年で
Yeah, our deeds.
つつあるのは事実です。
Stop the whales, stop the witch cults, right? Although it helped Krush too.
討伐したという功績が大きい。
But Krush is like honorable.
数合わせ組も特にプリシラ陣営の躍進は目覚ましいものがあります。亡くなった旦那さんの所領を受け継いだ後、
Late husband. I wonder how he died.
一気に味方につけました。乗せれば乗せるだけ踊る当人の気質と美貌もあって太陽姫と慕われ日に日に勢いを増しています。フェルト陣営も
I think there's a side of her we haven't seen yet.
牽制ラインハルト版アストレアのみでしたが、
And Reinhardt himself has
目をつけたのは
his own reputation and felt is vowing for people who are normally forgotten easily.
柔軟な発想と視点で領地の大改革を始めたんです。なのでこ
Yeah.
の1年、盤上から転がり落ちた候補者はいません。ただ、魔女教との戦いで記憶をなくされた。
Yeah, that's one of the major issues why she hasn't made any progress.
そんな中、アナスタシア陣営だけは応戦が始まる前も始まってからも一度の失速もなく安定した支持を持ってるんです。
アナスタシアさんの
You typical merchant.
方針紹介って大きなお店が力になってるのよね。
It's her company, right?
彼女たちの武器は財力。経済でぶん殴るのは最強の一手ってわけです。
But they also know how to make deals, they also know how to do relations.
僕がどのくらい胃が痛いか分かってくれました？
やっとすごく身に染みました。勝手なことしてごめんなさい。
Holy shit. Look at fucking Otto, he made so much progress.
悩みを抱える必要はありません。この勇者と一緒ですよ。
勇者と一緒って？
今、手綱を握っているのは夏希さんです。
Okay.
サボらないように見張っているのはベアトリスちゃん。周りの警戒をしているのはガーフィールですし、その勇者の旅程を計画したのは僕です。そしてエミリア様はその全員にお疲れ様と声をかけて、まあえっちらおっちらとプリステラを目指しているわけで。
今のオットー君の言い回し、なんだかすごくすばるみたいよ。
It also sounds like she has basically no job.
嫌だな。
おいおっと、なんだよズリー。なに俺のエミリアタンと盛り上がってんだ。メアゴ、ちょっと傘持ってろ。おい大将、何してんだ。大丈夫かよ。
No. Ooh, holy shit. Ah, it's looking great. It's looking great. This reminds me of Freerun with like the Academy Town, only does it was a lot smaller. That's a big city for you though.
確かにこりゃ壮観だ。
It's one thing reading it and seeing one panel, but
海の上に建設された400年前の技術を結集した都市なのよ。
the way it's going down?
おかしな作りだけど、都市そのものが罠だった成り立ちを考えると、町の中央に水が集まりやすくなっている。
What do you mean it was meant to be a trap?
町そのものが罠だったってすごく曰くありげ。
魔獣でも狙ってたのかよ。
謎なのよ。記録には何のための罠だったかまでは残ってないかしら。
Good to know. What the fuck?
これ本当に迷路みたいだな。
町の形は水路に合わせて作られてるから、陸路はすごく入り組んじゃってるみたい。
都市の中は勇者よりも流線が主流なんですよ。
And those are water dragons, right? Ground dragons and water dragons. Ooh, this looks very Eastern, right? Very Japanese.
なんかすごく不思議な形の建物ね。
これ宿っていうか旅館じゃねえか。
Was it silver ratio? Golden ratio.
そしたらうちもここを選んだ甲斐があるわ。
She has a different design slightly.
はいな。ようこそプリステラへ。来てくれてありがとうな。
久しぶりね、ユリウス。
お久しぶりです、エミリア様。顔を合わせるのは久しぶりだ。双剣であっただろうか、夏木スバル殿。
何がスバル殿だ。しらじらしいんだよ。
そう言われて
Stop being so friendly.
は相応の立場がある。そのつもりで接したまでだが。
までだがじゃねえよ。気分が悪いし皮肉はやめろ。
なるほど。どうやら立場は変わってもその心根には影響が薄いらしい。
皆さん
It wouldn't have it any other way though, right?
もういいとは思うんですが、
あなた、
僕は
これは大変失礼いたしました。まさかこの場に
Oh,
様のような行為の精霊が同
of course, Beatrice.
思わなかったものですから。
紹介しておいてやるぜ。俺と契約したロリじゃなくて精霊のベアトリスだ。
ベティはスバルのパートナーだからこの場にいるのは当然かしら。お前の連れているまだ名もない純精霊たちとは格も異界も可愛さも段違いなのよ。
Did you have to add the cuteness?
美味しい紅茶とお菓子を所望するかしら。
ここまで威厳を保ってよ。
I like it. I like it.
じゃあなんで秘密にしてたかな。やだの探偵。耳が話してあげる。
おい、
She's so bubbly.
まだ話や。力ってよ。俺たちも行くか。かしこまってどうしたんだよ。
いや、
Everybody just ignored him.
いいんですけどね。
They didn't even ask who he is.
なんかすごく不思議な雰囲気。
Yeah, this is like prime Japanese.
ちゃうし靴も脱いでるし。
これは多分寝室もベッドじゃなくて床に布団を敷くんだよな。部屋着も浴衣だったりするのかな。
スバル、すごく詳しいのね。
ほんまやね。一体どこでカララギ式について勉強した？
カララギ式ってこの宿のことか。
そうやよ。和風建築様式はカララギ。
和風。
和風建築。そりゃなんとも聞き逃せねえ響きだ。
もともとプリステラはカララギ建国の雄である方針が立ち上げ
Hoshin.
た都市なんです。
方針
He founded a nation.
方針とも呼ばれ、400年前の当時からとにかく革新的な発想力と先進的な理念で知られた人物です。
400 years ago, you say.
の方針。その正体はおそらく俺と同じ異世界。日本
Likely.
された人間。
I mean, it's too similar, right?
アナスタシア様、準備が整いました。
I do wonder why they're following Japanese.
お待ちかねの話に入ろか。
Oh, okay. Let's focus.
その所有者はこの都市による大商会の跡取り息子やの。ヨシュアにはそのミューズ商会まで行く流線を用意してもらったんよ。
Muse.
ミューズ商会の跡取り息子。
そう。本人の詳細も大したもんやけど、この町やともっと別の名前で有名なお人なんよ。
別の名前で？
そう。歌姫に心を奪われた男。
Stolen by the songstress.
歌姫狂い。
船で水の上を渡るなんて初めて。
A songstress, right? A bard of sorts.
歌姫狂いって絶対変人だろ。
I heard that before.
こっちとあっちで水の流れ違う？
Like that Utahime.
驚いた？実は私知ってるの。ほら見て。
Oh, I love the background music.
水の流れを制御してる制御塔なの。
Ooh.
全体が複雑な仕組みのミーティアになってて。
Meteor. I wonder if it's like mechanical.
ちなみにこの都市では水を汚すと大変な罰則があるので気をつけてください。
I would hope so.
さっきから怯えた顔で水を眺めてるガーフィールは特に。
別に水が怖えってことはね。
He can't swim, probably.
濡れ猫になんのが嫌だってだけでや。
じゃあ力いっぱいマント掴むのやめてもらえます？破れそうな音してるんで。
やれやれ、みんなはしゃぎすぎなのよ。もっとおとなしく淑女なベティを見習うといい。スバル？
やばい。
You getting seasick?
なんて言ったのかしら。
やばい。吐きそう。小学校の臨海
And he can't puke into the water.
悪夢が再来した。やばい。世界揺れてる。今なお揺れ続けてる。
もう少し風を浴びておとなしくしてるかしら。歌姫狂いの方はあの3人に任せておけばいいのよ。
まさか俺が船酔いすると知っててエミリアタンと分断するのが狙いだったのか。
ヘボヘボのスバルが抜けてどうにかなるエミリアじゃないかしら。
ちくしょう。まだちょっとフラフラするけどこんぐらいなら。
Time to explore the city.
と手をつなげばほのぼのパワーで帳消した。
調子のいいことなのよ。まあ何かあってもベティが何とかしてあげるかしら。
I mean, we're a powerful team now.
してるぜ。んじゃエミリアタンが心細くて泣き出す前に合流だ。
I don't think that will happen, Subaru, but
紹介。陸路で行くとこっちで合ってんのか。
そのはずなのよ。
つかここさっき通らなかった。
are you literally lost?
ひょっとして道に迷ったか。
別に迷ったわけじゃないかしら。でももしスバルが不安なら念のため誰かに道を尋ねるのもいいのよ。
はいはい。
Maybe you find a little snail girl.
でも誰もいねえ。
Ooh. Lovely little tune. Ooh, this looks like a palace garden. I wouldn't have expected it to be like the place to be like that, but
いや待て。なんだこれ。よくよく聞いたらひでえ歌詞だなおい。
he's like, what the fuck are you singing?
やべえ、空気読めないことした。
They're gonna pummel you.
なんだお前邪魔すんな。
Holy shit. They're gonna string him up.
ひでえ目にあった。正直1年ぶりに死を覚悟した。
知らんのよ。治癒魔法はかけてあげないかしら。エミリアにでも頼むといいのよ。
Looks like you brought this on yourself.
回復せがんだら不機嫌になるじゃん。あと終わり。
Guess she doesn't mind though.
聞いてください。デュワは恋の年の差。
That sounds sus.
あなたと私の恋の年の差。周りは変だと言うけれど私はそんなの気にしてないわ。ねえ待っててお願い待ってて。あと少しもう少し背伸びをすれば届くくらい。私とあなたの恋の距離甘くとろける恋の距離。
縮まる二人の恋の距離静かに燃える愛となりやがて二人にこの通り。
Wait, what? I don't even remember it. Super is jamming? What? Hello? Wait, he's jamming? I don't even remember that.
なんでスバルは急に歌に混じってるのよ。それをお前が当たり前みたいに受け入れてるのもおかしいかしら。
This is how you do it, alright?
歌は国境を越えるんだぜ。
いい話ですね。このリリアナ、感動に胸が震えます。震えるほどありませんが。
Lydiana.
ベティが間違ってるみたいな雰囲気は納得がいかないのよ。おっと、自己紹介が遅れました。私、このリュリールと歌声だけで身を立てる吟遊詩人をやってます。
A bard.
リリアナと申します。以後、お見知りおき。噛んだかしら。
I'm not gonna say anything.
ひょっとしてこの娘。
ああ、ひょっとしてあんたが巷で有名な歌姫ってやつなのか。
その
I can't escape it, can I?
ついのですが、はい。
あ、なら歌姫狂いがいるっていうミューズ紹介って知ってるよな。
She's a songstress, yeah.
歌姫の歌を聞いたんですから、出すもん出してくださいよ。
歌姫って呼ばれるのは恥ずいんじゃなかったのかよ。
それはそれ、これはこれです。お客さん。
それはそれ、これはこれ。
ないでしょうね。
わかったよ。いいから欲しいんだ。
それはお客さんの心の赴くまま。ありったけください。
I smell a scam.
まあ、なんたる言い草。あ、ひらめきました。聞いてください。荒波高波世間の波。
もういいよ。
などと話してるうちに到着しました。
おお、ここが。
はい、それでは聞いてください。本日最後の曲です。
And another song, let's go.
しかしすげえなお前。言動だけでここまで俺をドン引きさせたのはペテルギウス以来かもしれねえ。
Alright.
誰かは存じませんが、なかなか見どころがありますね、ペテルギウスさん。
He certainly does.
どこかで会う機会があれば、終生の好敵手になったかもしれません。
魔女教滞在司教だぞ。
待ってください。
She's like, hold up. Hold.
そして妖術界の夏木スバル様ですか。
いや、その二つ名には物申したいけど。
クルシカルセン公爵が主導した三大魔女白芸の
We are never beating these allegations.
ケンキベルヘルムをして恩人と言わせた歴史の買い初め人、そして世界を震撼させた魔女教滞在司教タイダをカルステン
Correctly. Correct so far. Yeah.
さらには三大魔女オーセリアも討伐した英雄。
その通りです。
目の前に伝説がいるでござります。
So we're actually being a celebrity.
リリアナ嬢ちゃん、どうかしたか。この二人は。
ああ、俺たちは今中で商談中のエミリア様の従者だ。
ということは、その商談の便宜を図れば妖術界夏木スバル様がお話を聞かせてくださったりするんですか。
だからその呼び方はやめろって。
No, keep calling him that, please.
そりゃもういろいろですよ、いろいろ。伝え聞いてる噂がどのくらい事実なのか。
Adventures make for good part songs.
そこから後世に語り継ぐような英雄譚が歌えるかもしれません。さあ、
Spread the word.
義理と人情を計りにかけたらぶっ壊すのがリリアナ・マスカレードです。ぶっ壊して何するつもりなのよ。キリタカさんってば私にぞっこんではちゃめちゃ甘いお人なので、きっと私から言えば商談もボロボロガッタガタに進むって寸法です。
いや、それは明らかにスムーズに進んだ擬音じゃねえだろ。
いいからいいから、心配ゴミをお任せあれ。
おい、ちょっと待てって。
お願いします。どうかその魔晶石を譲ってください。
Yeah, what do you have to offer, though?
リリアナ、どうした？
I'm sorry, what?
いや、エミリアさん、奇遇だね。
奇遇も何もあんなにうるさくして。あれ、キリタカさん。
ルナ、え？
バケだ。
リリアナに触るな。
Holy shit. Alright, bro is bombing his own company.
目の前で当の歌姫とベタベタするんですかね。
ベタベタしてたわけじゃねえよ。
じゃれ合ってるように見えたけどな。
じゃれ合ってもねえ。
It kinda looked like it.
話がぶち壊しですよ。
スバルだって悪気があったわけじゃないんだから。
エミリアさん、もっと言ってやって。
スバルはちゃんと反省して。
はい、すみませんでした。
仕方ないんだから。ごめんなさい。
気にしなくていい。僕も不注意だった。一瞬見とれてしまったせいだね。君の綺麗な銀色の髪にね。
おっと、ストップ。そこまでだ。お言葉に甘えて今回はお互いの不注意ってことで、今日のところは失礼させてくれ。
ちょっとスバル、そんな誠意のない言い方。
いいからね。
It might not be.
水の都の粋な計らいってやつだな。
ご丁寧にどうも。そうだね。今のところ僕が君たちに固執する理由は薄い。また機会があれば勝手に運命が僕らを巡り合わせるさ。
同感だ。それじゃ運命が導く明日の再会を願って。
Those are weird as fuck vibes. Feels like I've met him before. That is not good. Just walking there. Holy shit.
せっかくプリステラまで来ましたし、この機会に挨拶回りを。
仕事熱心なやっちゃな。なんだ
Gotta hustle.
誰かが怒ってやがる匂いがすんぜ。
何度も言わせんな。なめた口聞いてないでとっととご主人。
Ooh, I know you, I know you.
あなたのような粗暴な方の前には主人どころか兄様だって呼べませんよ。お引き取りください。はあ？話のわかんねえガキだな。おいぶっちめるぞてめえ。
そこまでよ。
エミリア様、もうお戻りで。
何があったの？落ち着いてちゃんと話し合って。
どうしたもこうしたもねえ。このガキが中に入れねえっておざきやがったんだ。って、
お前どっかで見た顔だと思って。
It's like, wait. You're the bastard who stabbed me.
誰がちんぜ。俺にはラチンスって名前があるよ。
ラチンス？やっぱチンじゃねえか。
知り合いなの？スバル。
懐かしの王都の知り合いだよ。
You could not even call him acquaintance.
身ぐるみを剥がそうとしてきたんだ。
ベティの聞く限りだとクズとしか思えないかしら。
誰がクズだって。
Just kick him while he's down, do you?
こんな野郎。
Chill your life. Ooh. Oh, he felt that.
戻ってこないと思ったら何を騒がしくしてるんだい？
Bro, you're just attacking Reinhardt.
いやあ、久しいね、スバル。噂は聞いているよ。元気そうで何よりだ。時にスバル、1年ぶりの再会でいろいろと話したいことはあるんだけど。
We hadn't seen each other in a year. Like since before season 2.
友人だろ。落ち着けガーフィール。こいつはライン。
He's just suspended up there.
友達だ。心配いらない。
聞いての通り、ラインハルト・バン・アストレアだ。君の名前を聞かせてもらえるとありがたい。
ガーフィール・ティンゼルだ。
そうか、君がエミリア様の盾か。
They all have reputations now.
気に触ったならすまない。以後気をつけるよ。
ラインハルト、うちの子がごめんな。
He's just on edge from all the aura.
ご無沙汰しております。幸い彼の狙いが正確だったおかげで問題なく止めることができました。
I think he's really perturbed that he didn't do any damage.
華々しいエミリア様のご活躍に比べればまだまだです。スバル、白芸の話、後で詳しく聞かせてもらって構わないかい？僕にとっても
It concerns him too. Right, Vanna's rare.
けどその前に、お前ラチンスと知り合いなのか？
ああ、彼は今フェルト様の下で働いていてね。
Part of the team now.
あとは僕が話をしておくから、フェルト様にそろそろ宿に戻るようお伝えしてくれ。何かあれば合図を打ち上げるように。5秒で駆けつける。
It's so weird that Reinhardt is like basically the chief of the underground rats, basically, right? That the underdogs, like the outcasts of society. And he's just handling it like it's... Right? He's treating them so well, I think, in comparison to what other people would do. Other nobility.
それでは、アナスタシア様がいらっしゃるまでこちらでお待ちください。
Right. Ooh, okay, that's Christian and Felix.
お久しぶりです。
フェリス、 クルシさんも。ヴィルヘルムさん、お久しぶりです。
Oh, 𝕥𝕚𝕞𝕡𝕤.
ラインハルトか。
Yeah.
それにしても、クルシさんたちまで呼ばれてるのは驚きだった。
私たちも皆さんがお揃いとは思いませんでした。嬉しい偶然ですね。ラインハルトとヴィルヘルムさんが家族だったなんて驚いちゃった。
I mean, you could have guessed, but yeah.
目を合わせないわね。
Yeah, there's something.
アナスタシアさんはなんでみんなに声をかけたんですか？
疑り深いんやから。うちは本当にちょっとお話ししたいなって思っただけやよ。だからお話の通じん人らには声かけんかったし。
Such as?
話が通じない？
Priscilla, probably.
プリシラ様には声をかけていらっしゃらないのですか？
あそこは完全に独自路線なのと、呼び出す口実が全然見つからんかったよ。
Ooh, okay, so you need an excuse, right?
ちょっと仲良くなってたしな。
口実って？
どうせ来てもらうんなら、喜んでもらえるお土産を用意したいやん。
Yeah, so they don't reject you.
クルシさんたちのそれっていうのは。
私たちがプリステラに足を運んだのは、
Interesting
アナスタ
shot.
シア様から滞在司教、暴食の件でお話を伺えると聞いたからです。
Maybe she has more information.
別に夏樹くんに意地悪したわけとちゃうよ。ただ、この話は夏樹くんよりクルシュさんの方が高く買ってくれる？
Might have been a miscalculation.
商人の考え方だな。
You always are.
理解はできる。
大人になったものだね、君も。
Nice restraint, Subaru.
ギリギリこらえてる俺を刺激するな。
そんな怖い顔せんでも、夏樹くんにだけ内緒にしたりせんよ。クリシュさんからの希望もあったしね。ほんま、お人よしなんやから。
もちろん、私の記憶のことですから、暴食との決着は私自身でつけたい。ですが、スバル様にとってレムさんのことが悲願であることも分かっています。
Very considerate of her.
それに、志を一緒にする方は多い方がいいと思います。
True.
誰の剣が最初に届くかは恨みっこなしですが。
本当にありがとう。俺はきっとその期待に応え。
This is why Crush's number 2. Not gonna lie.
それでも、きっと私たちの方が先ですよ。
なんだ。
Even without your memories.
1年ぶりだってのに意外と
The angle? Wow, okay, cool. With the sliding doors going up.
フェルト様、ちゃんと外向きのお召し物をご用意したはずですが、それはどうされたんですか？
Screw that.
誰がてめえの趣味に付き合うかよ。観光なんてのは方便で、私は替えの服を探してただけだ。
本当にあなたという方は。
I like that. She's just going against the grain.
お招きいただきありがとうございます。
But she's still got the manners.
当選候補者同士、有意義な話し合いにいたしましょう。
Ooh.
そら、ギョギョおり。私も混ぜてくれ。にしても変な街だし、妙な建物だよな。あちこち物珍しくて疲れちまったよ。フェルトさんにはかなわんな。せやけど、物珍しいって思ってもらえたんなら、うちも嬉しいわ。この旅館には他にもいろいろあるんよ。
Actual Japanese onsen. Ooh, what the fuck is this? They have massage chairs? What? Hello? Hmm.
ダーフィール、心配しなくてもお前は強いよ。
でも最強じゃねえ。
You can never, like, there's always somebody who's stronger, dude. Like, you can't.
一晩あれば立ち直れるだろう。
チラ。チラリ。
Quietly, so he doesn't realize.
ベアコ、なんだその格好は。
今のベティは
浴衣。
ベティとは一味違っているのよ。
すげえ、浴衣までやんのか。ベアコプリティ、ベアコラブリー。
はしゃぎすぎよ、スバル。
エミリーオート。
Okay, People are eating good.
スバルなんだか反撃
Bros into that neckline.
でもあるの
恋の微熱がちょっと。
おい風呂で聞いたぜなんかうちのポンコツ
Subaru is the only one the only one left out.
フェルト様、彼とは少し行き違いがあっただけです。実際はあの年齢で末恐ろしい実力者でしたよ。
その無自覚な上から目線ほんと説得力ねえな
時にフェルト様、
Reinhardt is a little bit too calm sometimes. That creeps people out.
ですね。
うっぜ
しかしフェルト、すがすがしいほどラインハルトのこと雑に扱うよな。うちはもともと下心スタートだったし、そういう意味ではフェリスとクリスさんとこが一番理想的な関係だよな。
そう言われてしまうと照れくさいものがありますね。
It's true though, that the two of them are adorable.
まあフェリちゃんもバリバリクリス様に下心ありますけどね
よし、そろそろ飯にしようか。
Subaru is like, I'm just gonna ignore that.
心配しなくても冗談に決まってるじゃないですか
You weren't. You totally were. Holy shit, that.
本当に育児なしね
What?
姿がなぜ見えているのかあなたには分かっているでしょ
Just like in a monologue kind of thing. Fighting his inner demons. Holy shit, that's cool.
あなたは弱い
Okay.
あなたが私
I like that.
を教えなかったのはほんの少し運が良かっただけあなたが私を
Ooh, the angle.
のはただの偶然
Pure chance.
だってあな
The
た
self-doubt.
ただの育児なしの弱虫なのに私を殺した
And the guilty conscience maybe too, right? Like this is probably the first time he killed someone. Even though in all these other realities he did kind of, right?
むむガフ変な顔してるなんか面白そうなことあった
Very interesting.
これが景気のいい面に見えっか
We're gonna talk about that later.
話す義理もねえや。
How she breaks through.
ちょっとか難しいこと言ってるとよしやみたくならんも
あ、
っとテケットでいいと耳は思いますアホみたいに笑った方がガフかっこいい
アホみたいってなんだこれ。
Just enough to get him out of that.
毛がめっちゃ綺麗超若い
てめえちょっと落ち着け。
無理
即答かよ。
Too much energy. No, still can't believe Garth is 15. Holy shit. Because he looks a lot more mature, right? Even, especially now. Like with the hair back a little bit.
俺様まだ登ってる真っ最中って。
この長い長い最強への坂をな
なかなか分かってんじゃねえかよ。そうさ、それが最強への道だ。
Ooh, okay. Garth casually being a hero.
とまこんなもんや。
That's really cool that we have like
ありがとうございました
気にすんじゃね
お兄さんお名前は何と言うんですか
え。名乗るほどのもんじゃねえよ。それでもあえて名乗るなら俺様はトラ。人呼んでゴージャスタイガー。
Dora. The Junie. He's still the Junie. Holy shit. Oh, and Subaru in the what should we call the male version of Yukata? I forgot. Might just be a Yukata too, I'm not sure, but because there's like, I didn't know there's like another term. Sashimi. Sliced raw fish. Byaku is in shambles. He's like, holy shit, this is so good. Oh no. It's wasabi, right? Oh, it's wasabi. You can relate. Fred. Holy shit, Garth. The resemblance is crazy. And we cut away from that. I love the frame, by the way. Ooh, Wilhelm. In the garden. Yeah, true. It fits him so well, right? As a knight. So nothing wrong with complimenting someone who looks impressive. Tell me, Sensei. I do wonder if we get more context. That this was your whole world. And she opened your eyes to other things, to other possibilities. Right. It became almost a duty. Right, I mean, I guess that was the point. She wasn't just interested in swordsmanship. It was demanded of her because of her, what she inherited. Yeah, true leader, kind of. What a sentence. I quite like the useless loser you are. What is that? Right. Being unable to connect. No excuses. Right. And what was the cause?
どしがたいほど許しがたいほどに愚かでした。妻の敵討ちを理由に私はその後悔から目を背けてきた。
Right. Just live for one thing.
本当なら歩み寄るべきだと分かってはいるの。
Yeah, you want to make things right, right? The next issue comes up.
お恥ずかしい限りです。
Shame, guilt. All the leaves. Ended like the stone in the foreground.
白芸のことが2人の気まずい仲に関係あるかは知りません。でもラインハルトはヴィルヘルムさんが10年以上かけておばあちゃんの仇を取ったんだって知ってる。
Right.
その話を聞きたがってる。
Maybe talk to him about it.
あいつも期待してますよ。ヴィルヘルムさんが話してくれるのを。
Those are some powerful frames. I love the direction. In some regards, he isn't. And I love that. It's... Ooh, what a beautiful sunrise. I'm not marching, we're doing calisthenics. Victory! Of course.
なんだか今朝はすごくご機嫌ね。
昨日は寝る前にちょっといいことがあってさ。
Had a nice talk.
よかった。スバルちょっと悩んでたみたいだから。
スバルと違ってあっちはひどいありさまなのよ。
Otto, what did you do?
せっかくプレステルまで来たんですから、昨夜はいろんな人と会って顔つなぎを。
And that means drinking.
言えばガーフィールが見当たりませんね。
あいつは今ちょっとナイーブな状態なんだ。見かけたら優しくしてやってくれ。
I love the two koi swimming.
リリアナを人質にして魔晶石と交換するって作戦で行くんだっけ？
とりあえず夏希さんは居残りでお願いします。反論は受け付けません。
Watch him meet her again.
朝が早いじゃんか。あれ？この緑色の兄ちゃん昨日はいなかったよな。
うちの内政官だ。まあお前らにとってのチンみたいな存在だな。
そういえばフェルトちゃん、ラインハルトとは一緒じゃないのね。
ガキじゃねえんだから。くっつかれてうぜえだけだってな。それにこれは
He's too independent for that.
あいつ、私が呼んだら1秒で来るぞ。
フェルト様、お呼びですか？
呼んでねえよ。
エミリア様、おはようございます。
Just leave me the fuck alone. I want my me time.
フェルトちゃんとラインハルト、すごく仲良し。
そうだね。仲良しごちそうさまシナリオだね。
その死ぬほど不愉快な言葉は気に入らねえ。
It's okay, Phil, to be embarrassed. She's not happy at all. She has a different outfit every fucking scene. What the fuck?
今朝はますますお美しい。
うちの隠し玉やで。あれ？リカードとミミたちとは一緒やなかった？
リカードは戻っていません。
うん
それとミミなのですが、どうやらガーフィールについて回っているようで。
昨夜から宿に戻っていないと知って、平太郎とティビーが慌てて町に飛び出していきました。
ミミのことやと平太郎は周りが見えんくなるからね。でも
As you do with siblings, right?
その代わりヨシワにお願いしたいことがあるんやけど。
なんでしょうか？
平太郎たちの代わりに大聖門に手紙を届けに行ってほしいんよ。大事な手紙やからね。
それってまさか暴食の？頼んだぞヨシワ、お前が俺の希望だ。なんであなたに頼まれる必要が？
It's not a favor for him, but yeah.
私たちが最後のようですね。
He saw the earnestness, right? The emotion.
そしたら運び込んでくれる？
And holy shit.
今日の朝食はカララギの国民的な伝
She's gonna do it herself. Subaru is getting a reverse culture shock here. Actually, I'll need to attach the battery. I do hope it's enough. Gotta keep an eye on it a little bit.
ベアトリスちゃん、いくらなんでもソースかけすぎ。エミリア様も生焼けはお腹壊しますから。まずは二人とも自分で味見してから人に勧めようか。
That might actually be a good idea. Oh, holy shit, Reinhardt, what are you doing? You're like, come on. Stack them up. Stack them up. Villemalo?
見ちゃいけないものを見た気分だな。
お、なんだこりゃ。この町の毎朝のお約束。都市庁舎にあるミーティング。
Literally the radio broadcast of the city. Hello, hello, Seattle. How are you doing today?
それは何のために？
有事の際の備えと聞いています。この都市は構造上、緊急時の避難経路が限られていますので。
やるほどね。
But this is like literally just entertainment right now. Oh, okay, he's introducing the songstress, Liliana. Ooh. I mean, imagine that, right? At a time like this where radio wasn't a thing. You're starting up your day and you hear a beautiful song. And it's like what bards did or do in fantasy stories. Pick up all of the stories that are out there, the folk tales. Everybody listening? Makes sense that Wilhelm feels conflicted about that if it's about him.
なんでしょうか。うまく焼けそうにない。コツがあれば教えてもらえないだろうか。
This is a hard thing to do.
はい、わかりました。おじい様。
I do sometimes wonder what's going on inside of Reinhardt, because as damn. Shit. That is terrible timing. This looks like trouble. Vice Captain of the Knights.
冗談に決まってんだろうが熱くなんなよ。いくら俺がお飾りの副団長って言ってもそんぐらいの弾速はわきまえてら。
お飾りの副団長。
そうだよ。
In name only.
お飾りで嫌われ者のルグニカ王国この騎士団副団長。無駄飯ぐらいハインケルってのは俺の。
ハインケル。
無駄飯ぐらいも嫌われ者も開き直ってんじゃねえよ。
落ち着きたまえスバル。副団長の空気に飲まれてはいけない。
さすがは最優。お行儀のいい言葉選びだ。
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
ハインケル。一回呼べばわかりますよ。まだ耳が遠くなるような年じゃありません。それより白状じゃねえですか。白芸討伐のお祝い、俺からも述べさせてもらいたかったってのに。なあ、親父殿。
ハインケル。私は。
ラインハルト。
As the reason Subaru is so upset, and it's not just him being rude.
親父殿のおかげで肩の荷が下りただろう。なんせ、お前が死なせた先代様の敵討ちをしていただいたんだからな。
やめろハインケル。
お前というやつはどこまで。今さら綺麗事なんてやめてくれよ親父殿。あんたにだけは俺を非難する資格はねえ。先代を殺したと最初にラインハ
The angle.
知ったのは他でもないあんたなんだからな。
And that is what's standing between them, right? And he's bringing it back up. He's digging it out.
それじゃ仲直りだってできるはず。
Ooh, holy shit. The divide?
アストレアが許すかよ。
ハインケル・バン・アストレア。
And it's his mother.
バンをつけるなガキ。その件名はもらってねえ。ハインケル・アストレアだ。
それであなたは何をしにここに来たの？
エミリア。
これは
Another great frame.
エミリア様で何でも勝ち目のない戦いに担ぎ出されたハンマのお姫様だ。
あなたが私をどう思っているか今はその話はしていないわ。私が聞きたいのは一つだけ。あなたは何をしにここ
She's
に来たの？
very good, Emilia.
聞いてた話と違うじゃねえか。
Deflecting is deflection.
自信満々に乗り込んできた割にはずいぶんかっこ悪いなおい。
Just came in throwing shit.
話が聞けるんかって楽しみにしとったのに。
I do love her haircut, Anastasia. Really great
す
looking.
みましたか副団長。他に要件がないのであればこの場は辞していただくのがお互いのためかと存じます。
その必要はないぞボンコツ。
遅いじゃねえか。いつまでも来ねえから肝を冷やしたぜプリシラ城。
さえずるな。久しい顔ぶれよな。ずいぶんと慣れ合っていたと見えるが。
A party without me?
誰じゃ貴様は。
He's like, what the fuck are you? What are you doing now?
大勢の前で大恥さらしたやつがいたじゃん。あれがそこの兄弟だよ。姫さんも散々腹抱えて笑ってたじゃねえか。
記憶にない。そもわらわが腹を抱えて笑うような品のないことがあるものか。
No, never.
だってよ兄弟、悪いが力不足だった。
お前もうちょっと1年間で発言力増やしておけよ。
また頑張って一から好感度上げてくれや。
I like the rapport that the two of them have.
連れ出したのがわらわかどうかか。ならばその考えは正しい。その通りよ。これはわらわが呼びつけこの場に連れ出した。
何のために。
To sow division?
それが面白そうだと思ったからじゃ。
Of course.
歪んだ家族模様とそれをブサイクに取り合わせる無粋。そんな醜悪な演目を平然と回せるわけにはいくまい。故に台本を書き換えた見物であったろ。
プリシラー。
やめろ兄弟。ここで俺らがやり合っても益がねえ。
ふざけるな。だったら心はいくらでも傷つけていいっていうのかよ。
スバル。
Yes.
あんた様にだけは今日のこと伝えんかったはずやけど。
メギツネ。
何
事も誰ぞの耳に入れば類的のように染み出すことは避けられん。
てか、おっさん、ラインハルトの親父だろ。
ほう、たかだか貧民が
Angle, hello.
わらわに何事か意見すると
人事ってわけにはいかねえかな。なんせアストレア家の家督はラインハルトのもんじゃねえ。あたしらの生命線ってやつはそのおっさんが握ってやがんだからよ。
Yeah, he holds the keys to the facility.
つまりそういうこった。アストレア家の家督は俺が握ってる。俺はそれをラインハルトへ譲ったつもりも譲るつもりももうとうね。
Hate for the father, hate for the son.
フェルト様、僕は
ラインハルト、黙って堂々とした面してろ。
なんて言ったところでお前の危機感は正解だぜ、ラインハルトのご主人様よ。アストレア家は俺のもんだ。そして俺はお前を支持しない。俺が支持するのは
これボンコツ。
ああ、なんだプリシラ城。今俺は大事な話を。
うるさい。
Yep. The sword.
姫さん、感触はそこまでだ。たく勘弁してくれや。
The only one.
シルト、そこなボンコツを運び出せ。解放してやるがいい。
He's just a tool for her, right?
失礼するであります。ハインケル様。よいしょ。よいしょ。
Somebody help the poor guy. Also, Alt is the only one who can talk to her like that. Very interesting.
仮にそうだと言えば貴様はどうする？泣き寝入りして素直に引き下がるのか？
笑わせんじゃねえよ。私は誰に言われようが泣き寝入りだけは絶対しねえ。あのおっさんからこいつに家督を譲らせてやる。
それでよい。いずれ来たるわらわの勝利は
Declaration of war between the two of them.
道筋には波乱と勇強を求める。わらわを沸かせよ。それが貴様ら早くの役割じゃ。
そのおごり、泣いて後悔させてやるよ。
I do wonder if our arrogance is completely on the nose, or if there is something more to it, right? If it's deeper than that.
俺は一人でただ勝手にキレてただけだ。みんなが冷静だったのに情けねえ。
Everyone else was holding it in, I think. You were the vessel for their unrest. It's like saying, don't worry, you being weak was actually an advantage. But yeah, he's thanking him.
私に代わりあの場で義憤をあらわにしてくれた君に感謝したい。
Yeah. To do what everybody wanted to do but didn't feel like they could.
なんで俺がお前の代わりに怒ったことになんだよ。俺が怒ったのは俺がムカついたからだ。お前もムカついてたんなら怒ればよかったじゃねえか。
仮にも直属の上司にそのような無礼は働けまいよ。
窮屈な考え方しやがって。騎士らしくって思い詰めてる間に心まで鎧着ちまってんのか。
This is why they like each other, right? Armor on my heart. That is a cool sentence.
あのヒゲ面だけどよ。まさか牽制の父親だってことを傘に着てやがるんじゃねえだろうな。
Serious concern.
だが最大の理由は副団長ではなくラインハルトにある。アストレア家と言うべきかもしれないが、あの方はビルヘルム様のご子息にしてアストレア家の現当主だ。
I mean, Subaru, I think, got that, but...
ハインケルが王国に反抗する気になったら牽制一家が敵に回りかねないってか。そりゃつまり王国がラインハルトもウィルヘルムさんも信じてないってことじゃねえか。
15年前王族の一人が何者かに誘拐される。
Ooh, yeah, now we're getting to the bottom of this. Wilhelm was captain, right? It happened under his watch. Split attention, right? We do have like the separation in here. Right, his duties came first.
あの人がそんな人じゃないって。どうしてみんなわからねえんだよ。
And Uncle is like, you should have gone after my mother, right?
お前がラインハルトを心配してるのもわかるよ。だからカッとなって当然だし、それがおかしいとも思わねえ。
And this is why he's so anti-authority.
お行儀がいいばっかりの騎士らしさに。
Uncle, I mean.
続ける必要なんかねえだろうが。鎧脱いで有利になってみるのも悪くない。
Oh shit, what a throwback. Yuli.
うまく回ることもあるかもしれないぜ。
有利か。なんとも懐かしい名前を引っ張り出してきたものだ。
Well,
有利として見上げる空は、浴びる風はこんな気分だったか。
あ？
思えばあの時も空の色は普段と違って見えた。
わけわかんねえ。
He's like, stop talking, Chuny. Albeit, Subaru himself is kind of low-key a tune.
リウスとすごく仲良さそうに何を話
す
して
ごく
あいつと仲良くってのがすごく間違ってるけど、何の話だったと思う？
今度どこに遊びに行くとか？
学校の友達？お互い敵情視察ってなもんだよ。あとはちょっとした世間話とかしたぐらい。
Or maybe a heart to heart.
まあ友達じゃないよ。それだけは間違いない。
意地っぽり。
まったくかしら。
なんだかすごく賑やかね。
They both are just like, just admit it, okay? This sounds like some, I don't know, some like Puss in Boots song. Ooh, oh yeah. Ooh, a dance performance.
貴様こそなかなかにわらわを興じさせる歌と演奏じゃ。
That's as close of a compliment as you can get from her.
大義であった。おやおやおやや、そこにいるのは夏木様とエミリア様、それに幼女様では？
昨日は慌ただしくなって約束もできなかったけど、今日もここにいてくれて助かった。
なんじゃ貴様、わらわをじろじろと見つめおって不敬であろう。
ごめんなさい。でもプリシラが踊ってたのが
Wouldn't pack her for having fun.
それをさせるだけの価値がこの芸者の歌にはあったのでな。
マジか、お前もリリアのベタ褒め勢かよ。
それだけ私の歌がすごいってことですか？まあまあテレリか。
She's such a goofball.
どうじゃ、わらわのそばで歌目として使える気はないか？
どうもどうもありがとうございます。なんとも光栄な評価。私も花形
But
お断りさせていただきます。
ほう、なぜわらわの誘いを断る？
Free spirit.
私はリリアナ、幻遊詩人です。いずれは風に流れて
Ooh, what a shot.
流浪する旅人の身。土地に縛られず、人に縛られず、それがなりわいであると生き方を
Yeah,
決めております。
it's a lifestyle.
わらわの誘いには乗らぬと。
母も
I am free, I can't be tied down.
またさらに母も私の一族はそうしてきました。私たちは形あるものを残せず、歌のみを人の心に残して生きる一族。風を囲うことができないように。
That is a beautiful idea.
何者にもできません。
And she will accept that, I'm sure. I mean, I don't remember it, but...
よい、その真に見事である。許せ、無粋はわらわの方であった。
いいえ、そんなことは私の
You know how hard it is for her to admit... to see her admit fault.
いや、驚いてんだよ。俺はてっきり誘いを断ったリリアナを真っ二つにするもんだとビビってたのに。
It's the conviction with which she said it.
この世のすべてはわらわのものよ。ならば、美しいもの、気高いもの、価値あるすべてを手元に置いて鑑賞する必要なぞな。
Ooh, I just had a thought, and I'm just gonna allude to that, but that is a very good contrast to something we probably have seen already and will see in the future as a concept.
皆様も落ち着かれた頃合いで親睦を兼ねて私が一曲ご披露いたしましょうか。そして歌の後はご歓談。夏木様はその時間に向けておやつなんて準備されるのが良いと思いませんか？
Is he a servant? Hello?
そして歌の後はご歓談。夏木様はその時間に向けておやつなんて準備されるのが良いと思いませんか？
It's just he didn't compute that.
入って言わないと進まないタイプの茶番選択肢。
It's like, do I have a choice?
おい兄ちゃん、それが謝る態度か？
Ooh, it's you.
なんだ、チンか。
だからチンじゃねえっての。なんでてめえがこんなところいんだよ。
そう冷たくすんなって。命のやり取りをした仲じゃねえか。
そんな覚えねえよ。寄ってくんじゃねえ。
まあ聞いてくれよ。実はよ。
しつけえんだよ。だいたいてめえは慣れ慣れすぎんだ。
ご歓談中の皆様、お急ぎの方々。
Shit.
なんだ？
ご
The framing. Wow. Just announcing it.
シリウス・ロマネ・コンティと申します。
Zuber is like, what? Come again?
冗談にしちゃ笑えねえ。
はい、そこまで。皆さんが静かになるまで35秒かかりました。でも静かになってくれてありがとう。ごめんね。私はとても喜ばしいです。それと、そこの
I know that speech pattern.
そしてそちらのお兄さんたち、ごめんね。そんなに怒らないで。皆さんの大切な時間をいただくことを私はとても申し訳ないと心から思っています。だからごめんね。ありがとう。はい、ありがとう。どうやら皆さん
The music.
落ち着いてくださったようですね。不安はわかります。ただ今日はどうしても確かめたいことがあって、こうして皆さんのお時間を頂戴しているだけなんです。
確かめたいこと。
ごめんね。ざわざわしないでください。何かあればどうか話して。私、皆さんのため
Very well done.
と何でもお話ししますよ。
お言葉に甘えて質問させてもらっていいか。
どうぞどうぞ、そこのあなた、ありがとう。
何の用だか知らないが、俺は女の子を待たしてんだよ。それも4人だから、なるだけ早く用事を済まして解放してもらいたいんだが。
あら、それは大変ごめんね。でも隅に置けませんね、お兄さん。4人も女の子を待たせるなんていけない人。でもありがとう。ごめんね。急がなきゃ。
いや、いいんだ。落ち着いて穏便に話を進めてくれた方がありがたいし。
気を使わせてごめんね。ありがとう。では本題に。
The outfit too is like,
私がどうしてここへ現れたその理由を。
俺たちに確かめたいことがあるって言ってたよな。何を確かめたいんだ。
そうよ。早く聞かせて。
it's weird how they're all just taking it, right? Like she's
あのですね、私が確かめたいこと、それはズバリ愛についてなんです。
Aye. They're like they're out of their mind.
どうかお付き合いいただけないでしょうか。
いいぞ。もちろんだ。
本当ですか。ありがとう、ありがとう。ごめんね。やっぱり世界は優しい。優しさと愛に満ち足りている。それを実感するたび、私は感謝をしたくなるんです。許し合うこと、譲り合うことができる。だから私はありがとう、ごめんなさいを重ねるんです。
And here's the twist.
ずっと待たせてしまってごめんね。窮屈でごめんね。でも男の子だからそんなに泣いちゃいけませんよ。内緒にしてあげたいけどおもらしまでしてしまって、みんなに知られて恥ずかしいです。
And they're all just laughing. Was that an auto reference? The 3 times.
この子はとても勇気のある子なんです。彼の名前はルスベル・カラード君。このプリステラで暮らしているまだ9歳の男の子です。ああ、将来有望ですね。そんなルスベル君には幼なじみがいて、金髪の巻き毛が可愛いティーダちゃんって言うんです。2人はお互いを大切に思い合っている理想的な関係で、ここへ来るのもどっちがいいか私はとても悩んだんですよ。
This is insane. Ooh, I love that shot. So she took him. You're nodding, just
くれた。だって彼のあり方には愛があるから。
シリウス、ありがとう。
Wait. Wait a minute. Oh, I love this effect. 1 indeed. Oh, I remember. And that's it. And that was the first step. Holy shit. Does he remember? Does he realize what's happening? It's been so long. More than a year. Oh yes. All of these emotions, right? Theatrical Malice. Alright. Ooh. What is this tune? Is this the OP or the ED? By the way, I'm gonna react to OP ED. This is the OP. I think this is the singer from the OP. I mean, I could be way off, but I think it is. Like the same who made OP in 1. White Fox is back, holy shit. And for all of you who are not initiated, White Fox did not only do ReZero, they also did Science Gate, so... Oh, Trigger helped with this? What? Trigger helped with that? Probably some animation stuff, right? A lot more rock heavy than I expected. I do like the guitar on the right side. Can't wait to see the visuals to that one. Reweave, yes, that's the OP. I know this is the OP title. I like that. Like that part. Have to drop. Just the voice. Oh, okay. All right, and that was ReZero Season 3, Episode 1. Holy shit. What a full-time run, and it kind of ended where I expected it to end, mostly. Great OP song. There's basically 3 kinds of songs in terms of OPs for me, on like an emotional or like quality or like enjoying level, which is, first kind of OP is an OP I don't enjoy, which is not that often, but it happens. The second OP is an OP that I immediately think is a banger. The third kind is the one that we have here in, for me, subjectively, which is an OP that I kind of like. I'm not like pogging out of my chair by it, but I kind of like it, and it's probably gonna grow on me, especially if the added like visuals are gonna be added to it at some point in time. I don't know how many OP instances we actually will have in the series itself. I know there is like already a music video out for it, so we might check that out at some point and check out the lyrics and whatnot. But we're probably gonna go a month or so into season 1 until we check it out. So if you are interested, do let me know right in the comments down below, and then we're gonna maybe check it out. But yeah, really cool. Great first episode. There were a couple of scenes I feel that had, well, just standard mediocre animation, but all of those were kind of transitional scenes, which is like, just let me switch the perspective for a second to see where we are, what we're doing and whatnot, and then let me switch to a more detailed, better framed, better directed version of that scene, right? A close-up or some kind of like shot from up above to down, or like framing in things in a certain way. I do remember like the scene where Felt came in, where door was sliding open and stuff like that, right? And some of the more serene scenes, right? The scenes that are really setting up the emotional stakes, that are really setting up kind of the themes that we will be dealing with as the season goes along, right? Those were some of the best scenes in this first episode, right? Especially the Wilhelm scene, as we've seen, right, at night when they have their heart-to-heart. The Julius scene, when we talk to Julius about these things, right, about the Reinhardt Austria family. It's also the Wilhelm kind of connection. Some of the scenes with the candidates, right? These have some of the most powerful moments. Garfield's specific like side plot where he's like struggling with himself. We'll talk about those in just a second. I'll probably make a quick cut, use the bathroom because it's been 90 fucking minutes and I've been drinking. Not just Coca-Cola, by the way, but also just normal water, which I have in one of these really cool bottles, which like those bottles are like normally they get sold with a smoothie, right? With like over here it's like maracuya, mango, banana, apple, and orange, which is a really cool one. And they have like some really cool just like words on there, which are kind of little puns or whatnot. And it's glass bottles. You can basically put them in the dishwasher and then use them as long as they hold you, which is really cool. But yeah, we're gonna make a quick cut and then we talk about the episode. We go through it. We're not gonna go through it in too much detail probably, but we're just working through and we're like, okay, I like this scene, I like that, this framing is cool, right? Stuff like that. And we talk a little bit about the stakes that were put up and the situations we're in. And then we're gonna end it, and I'm probably either today or tomorrow am gonna record an episode where I talk about specific light novel spoilers and whatnot, and this is going to be a separate spoiler discussion for all of you who've read the light novel already and are just going along and pogging to season 3 having 38 episodes and just us being able to enjoy more like King of Isekai goodness, basically. But yeah, I'll see you in just a sec.